FightHype.com. Time is limited with the new WBO super welterweight champion of the world, my man Tim Tszyu. Tim, you are a world champion now. Does it really feel like it because you weren't able to win the belt in the ring the way I know you wanted to, but you are champion now? Do you feel like it?
No, no. I said before, I'm only content once I beat the man of the division, and everything else will play its part. So I don't feel like it. I need to beat Charlo, and for me, it's not about getting one belt. I want all four. The only thing that it does do is that it brings the fight closer. Because if he wants this belt, then we fight for all the marbles.
So you still want the Jermell Charlo fight? You're not like Terence Crawford, who said, he fought to survive, and now I'm not even interested in fighting the man. You still want that fight if you get past Mendoza Saturday?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. It depends what mood he's in, man. Because I don't know, he made plenty of money. He might want to go on a vacation for a year. So who knows?
If he's not coming back to 54, do you like the idea of fighting the star welterweights moving up like Crawford or Boots Ennis?
What's that? Say it again.
If Charlo's not coming back to 154, do you want to fight some of the top welterweights moving up like Crawford or Boots Ennis? Do you welcome those fights, or are you only interested in the 54 pounders?
Well, at the moment, I can't talk about welterweights because I'm a super welterweight, so it's not right. If the boys do move up, then I'm willing to take any big challenge there is at 154. I'm probably gonna be not gonna be too long at 154, maybe for the next year or so, and then I'll eventually move up to 160.
Well, Crawford has talked about moving up. So, if he gets there in the next year or two, like you said, you think that's a fight, you definitely be willing to fight.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I respect Crawford. I think he's the top pound for pound fighter right now. Him and Canelo. So yeah, a fight like that's legacy defining, and it's all at stake for me.
I'll get to Mendoza in just a second, but how would your aggressive style deal with the counterpunching of Crawford? A lot of people think he's the best counterpuncher in boxing. How would you go about that? I know you can't give us away secrets or anything, but how would that look?
Yeah, we're gonna have to, a fight like that, you're gonna have to wait and see. And I remember watching Triple G back in the days and his destructive years, and it was more like, how is anyone going to be able to match that type of stuff? And that's what I am trying to do is to have that destructive style that even the counter punch is going to be like, how am I going to be able to deal with someone like that?
Now, this Mendoza fight, do you think he lands that hook that he landed against Fundora against you, and it's a case of you're strong and you'll be able to take it, or do you think he's not even going to land that hook in this fight at all?
I hope not, man. I hope not. I'm very cautious with what I do now. I do the basic things correctly, and I've been working a lot on this camp where, just keeping it nice and simple and yeah, just working on the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is to not get hit. So yeah, it'll pay off.
How do you see this fight playing out, Tim? Do you see a war, or are you going to make it to where it's not competitive enough to call it a war? How do you see this fight playing out?
Yeah, it's a mixed emotions. It could be a war, but I've never been brought up to just go into wars. Just be smart, box strategically, put some heavy pressure, and yeah, make it a tough night in the office, not for myself, but for them.
And lastly, man, do you favor just to get your thoughts on Canelo too, who I know you watched beat Charlo? Do you think he beats David Benavidez? Do you ever think of fighting Canelo yourself? Yeah, thoughts on all of that?
Yeah, look, I'd welcome that Canelo fight with both hands. That's another legacy defining type fight. I would love to. It would definitely be entertaining, that one. Because it'd be a great matchup with styles. David Benavidez and Canelo, that'd be an interesting fight as well. Can't really say too much about it, but I think David Benavidez is a beast. But at the same time, Canelo's the number one pound for pound fighter. He's achieved so much. So, you know, he calls the shots. He's the shot caller.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Tim. Love watching you fight. Congrats on winning on receiving that world title, man. And I'm sure it's going to be a very entertaining match of styles with you and Mendoza Saturday. I'll be watching, brother. Thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks.